Howdy and aloha, everybody. It's James with Mana Talk. Mana meaning mystical power. Talk meaning just talking. Happy talky, happy talk. Anyway, so it is January 28th, 2024, and things are getting pretty crazy. Yeah. I said like a year or two ago, probably, that 2024 was going to be a chaotic mess. And there's a reason for that. The reason is to keep one particular person out of office or out of running or out of commission, whatever. That's their goal. It's pretty obvious. You have the global pedo predator class telling the Demoncrats and the Rhino Republicans, Piglicans, to do whatever you can to keep to not let Trump in because he'll expose too much and put people in jail, which should happen. And these people will go to jail for some pretty heinous stuff. Let's just bring out the most obvious card or billboard, which is trafficking, child trafficking, and all this other sickness. Money laundering, wars, big pharma, the whole 9 yards. And then the Biden administration itself, Obama, going back pretty far, up to now more recently, they're going to expose J6 and they're going to expose 2020. That election that happened. And there's just a multitude of things that these people are really scared of. As I said, and it's very obvious, most of the people, about 95% of them, that went to Epstein's Island, if you understand what that is, don't want Trump. Why is that? Why would those people not want Trump? I wonder why. I'll let you ponder and think upon that yourself. But that's an obvious fact that pretty much gives you the reasonings for their behavior. They're going to do whatever they can to keep this guy out because he's coming back. And this year is going to be as nutty could ever be. 2024 will go down in history as probably the most chaotic year for this country as possible. Ever known. It'll be the most chaotic year for this country ever known. Because of that fact. These people are scared. And we're talking global predator class elites to high political figures that are in or not in office anymore. Celebrities, sports, Hollywood, the whole 9 yards. There's a lot. And if you've been following a lot of information on both sides of the aisle, you'll definitely know that MSNBC, CNN, PBS, Associated Press, New York Times, LA Times, they do whatever they can to make this criminalish, this felonious behavior to be okay. It's the way they perceive it to where, well, we got to get rid of Orange Man bad, so we're going to break every ethical, moral, and, character-wise, ruin yourself just to try to get this guy out of jail. Now, there was just this ruling where McConnell, some lady claimed that she'd been raped. Well, they didn't let them. The whole trial was ridiculous. They didn't let them speak, or they didn't give Trump's defense. No closing arguments. Nothing for the jury, which was all handpicked. You know. And that's going to go to appeal anyway. He's not going to have to pay that, and if he becomes the president of the United States, he's going to launch a full investigation into that whole fiasco. And that's what they're concerned about. They're concerned about how they have taken the Justice Department, justice, quote unquote, and they've turned that into, I mean, the mafia would be just impressed as hell. 1940s, 1950s, 60s, whatever, they would just be going, wow, these motherfuckers are just, wow. Talk about criminal. Just at a level never seen before. Never seen. And these aren't just laid claims. These aren't just my perception. This has been proven. It's all right there. Go look at it. I mean, you saw J6 was a committee that didn't allow the defense of over 300 people, right? Over 300 people to say or do or bring or do anything to plead their cases. A lot of people are still in jail. And then you've seen the tapes, and I've gone over that with you guys. And many, if you're watching MSNBC or CNN or Associated Press and all that stuff, you're gonna see a different story. And I went over that, I think, in last show or show before, and it was sad. It's very sad because all that information is disappeared. 117 bytes or files, just huge files of all this information that they had, but now it's not around anymore. Anthony Weiner's laptop is gone, and they won't produce. They won't let people see it. They've admitted that guy that had, I think his first name was Todd O'Donnell, something like that, who had the computer repair shop, who had Hunter Biden's laptop. It's already known. It's real, and it was actually in his possession. That's been completely and totally, not speculation, not somebody just throwing it out there. They have paper trails. They have everything indicating that it's real, and they've said it's real. Even the FBI or some supposed department out there said, yes, it's real. So it is real. And there's a lot of stuff on that too. There's just so much stuff that they're just not presenting. And that's the question I want people to ask themselves. Russiagate we know was wrong. Adam Schiff just keeps double, tripling, quadrupling, 10 timing himself down. Keeps saying that it's real, but it's never been real. If it was, Trump would be in jail. He would be in jail for espionage, for everything that pretty much the House Republicans are going after Biden for right now. Burisma, China, all this other stuff, the dealings with his family and all this other stuff, which is a ton more evidence. It's like lopsided. You have to look at this, like I said, you see me, but then behind me, there's more about me, right? And I put this up because I like to have kind of an ambiance behind me, or what I'm about, who I am, stuff like that. But I also do because it reminds me of my past, my present, and what kind of future I want, and stuff like that. I got a lot of Hawaii stuff in there, and the top right above my head, I have my 093 company when I was in boot camp and graduated from boot camp, and then went to Airman Apprentice School, and then I actually got a commendation for because the teacher was out. He was gone sick. I don't know. I think he had some kind of problems. And then I helped the class graduate. and I got a commendation letter for it. So I went from just getting out of boot camp. I was just finishing Airman Apprentice School, and I had a commendation. I don't know if that's ever happened, honestly. I don't think that's ever happened in the history of the Navy. Maybe I'm wrong, or more recently. But that was something that I put extra effort into. I'm very proud of that. A lot of people did well. I got out early because I had different things going on in my family and just things that I needed to take care of that were, to me, more important. And then on the left ear, right here, you can see that's my original ball cap from my CVN 70 Carl Vincent naval aircraft carrier, part of my uniform. And I still got my dress blues and my whites, which I can't really fit into those right now, but maybe one day I will. And I got Iron Man in the background, and this cool little thing I got for Christmas is like a little hula doll. You can't really see it. A stick that I carved with my ex in the back. Darth Vader, I love Star Wars. I need to get some Star Trek stuff up there because I really like Star Trek. I just go with it because, the woke parts of it. It's like, whatever, just get to the fucking story because they want to plug in a couple of this and that and that other bullshit with the woke crap that they've been doing. But, yeah, you don't really know what's going on until you really take a look and see what's going on behind the person, what they're about, what they've been through, what they have endured, and the mistakes they've made. I am not perfect in any way. There's no way. But I strive to be a little better every day. And it's been a learning experience ever since I was born. My grandfather once told me, he was a master mason, by the way, that he decided to leave because it got too political. He got into being a mason because he liked the sharing of ideas, the sharing of technical engineering ideas. He was an amazing mechanic. He used to design and help Porsche, Volkswagen. They used to fly over from Germany to see him at his ranch while him and I were like eating chili because he loved making chili. And I go there and work with him on the weekends and, right alongside the Mexicans and stuff like that, which I sucked at. I was terrible at. But I did it. And they would come out to see him. So he would go over some of their blueprints. It was on paper back then. Back in the 70s, late 70s, part of the early 80s. And I remember they would come and see him all the time. And other designers would come out to visit my grandfather. And he'd be looking at the blueprint. He goes, no, nope, nope, nope. Just, I don't know if he intentionally made him feel stupid, but I'm in there sitting there eating chili going, I think you're making these guys feel kind of stupid. I mean, I was like 13, 14 years old. Stuff like that. But he left because it got too political. It just got weird. He goes, I just, and it was sad because there was some good group of people in there that were kind of doing some cool stuff. He said, I just like exchanging ideas and engineering and our drawings and going. That was just really important. And then he said it got culty, and because I had a conversation later on about it. I actually have his. I don't have it on me. But he gave me his mason ring, his gold master mason ring, and he gave me his book. They had to remember all this other stuff and his authentic letters and all this other stuff. But it's amazing how sometimes people will be a part of something, and then once they're in it, it's either something that contributes to themselves, their family, their community, their neighbors, friends, family, as a whole, or it starts to get a little one-sided, and they start to feel that, and they start taking sides, you know. And that's the part where these global pedo predator class people like Klaus Schwab and Yuval Harari and George Soros and Bill Gates and you just name these, Larry Fink, BlackRock, and all these people. And you can go back in history and look at them too. But they always try to find a way to pin us against each other. And Jimmy Dore just brought this up recently in his one of his newest shows. Is they're just I've kind of known this for a while. They're just trying to tear you apart. That's their goal. They don't want you talking together. They don't want you debating. They don't want you having conversations. They don't want you to say, "Hey, look, agree to disagree. I know what you're trying to do, but it's I get it. But it's just not helpful," or whatever the conversation is. And then a lot of times when these people are having these debates, they're stuck on their narrative. They're stuck on their I'm going to get this out, and I have to make sure I get this narrative and this label and this title, and this has to be this way. And that's not really having a conversation. When you're having a conversation with people, you're collaborating. Somebody's winning, somebody's losing at some point, and somebody's not feeling good, and but it goes back and forth. This is called communication, right? And that's kind of what he didn't like anymore, because it just got, it kind of pushed him away, because he was very open about a lot of things. My dad was the same way. He was an entertainer. He was a singer, a beautiful singer. There's a song in here, and one of his greatest records, I thought it was Haleakala. It's called Lahaina. Just a beautiful song, good harmony, great tune, just very smooth. Like it's a song you want to sing when you're at a poolside bar in Waikiki having a Mai Tai. And that's my goal coming up here pretty soon. But all in all, there are some people that understand that. There are some people that I mean, if you look around, I mean, I'm in Missouri now. I'm Hawaiian in Missouri. It doesn't make any sense, honestly. I was living in West Virginia for a while. There's good people out there. There's good people here. There's good people in California. There's good people in Washington. There's good people in Texas. There's decent people everywhere. And sadly, they fill our minds. You keep looking, they fill our minds with this stern, got to be, can't, and they don't tell you they're doing it. It's marketing. It's marketing 101. And I've always said that ever since I started this YouTube channel. Not this one. This is my 7th one, because of the 1984 Orwellian Ministry of Truth Community Guidelines that is all about YouTube now, and a few other platforms like Instagram and Facebook. You'll still see that on X too, or formerly known as Twitter. And I there's just so much to this. They get you with the monitor. They get you with the food you eat. You have no idea that this apple, which I'm going to take a bite of, this apple tastes fucking good. But I have chocolate cookies too. And I can only eat one chocolate cookie like every couple of days, because it's so bad. The water we drink, believe it or not, the food that we digest, even the air that we breathe, and these Febreze and these little mechanical things you put in your wall sockets that start lighting off these aromas. Those are so bad for you. You have no idea the chemicals that are in there. Some of them I hear are very natural. They're just dishes and a candle will keep them warm. That's fine, right? But a lot of this stuff that's all around us, even the light, LED lights are so bad for us. They're just terrible bad for us. Incandescent bulb, man, that's the best. That's what I got. I bought a bunch of them. I'm going to keep using my incandescent bulbs. But what I'm saying is there's so many forces that are constantly bombarding us to push us away from each other, to not make, calculated or goal or gut decisions that are really helpful. And then you have another process of sometimes you think what you're doing is being helpful when actually you're not being helpful. Good example is the guys that go out to protest climate change, and they're blocking the streets when some mom or soon-to-be mom is trying to have a baby and driving on the freeway. Fuck you. That's, I get what the guy. Well, when you have the tractors holding up the freeways, I understand that process. These guys are about to lose everything. But in a nutshell, and I could go on and on and on, all the this forces from everywhere, just food, air, water, everything, processed food, just and stuff that you see, billboards, right? Just even the there's just so much. Because when I look back, like at my heritage, Hawaiians, before anybody came to the islands, I wonder how they were. I kind of know, but I don't know exactly how they were. I know the history, grass shacks, hula skirts, half-naked people, fishing, hunting, sharing food. There was a lot of bartering, for sure. And they took good care of each other. There were some skirmishes. Most of it was done with just, I'm trying to think. It was just kind of a show, some of it. But when it got down, that's when Kamehameha started getting crazy and started really doing some crazy shit. What I'm saying is go back to some of the Aborigines and Native Americans and how peaceful they were. Of course they had tribe against tribe and certain things, and there were territories, and the nomads were coming, and there was hunter-gatherers coming through their, I get it, right? There's always a threat, there's always this and stuff like that, but most times, but that was pretty rare. People don't know that what we endure every day is there's always a war. There's always people dying because of some fucking war, some conflict, whether it's because of resources, usually because of resources. People say it's because of freedom, or people say it's because of no freedom or communism or whatever the case may be, right? But this kind of stuff you didn't really see all the time. 500-600 years ago in the United States of America. Hawaii, 1,000 years ago, they probably had a skirmish like every 8 months. Other than that, everything was pretty fucking calm. The point I'm making, okay, which I think you can understand now, is as time went on, the printing press, Goldberg machine, or I forgot the name of it, but James Corbett does a really good, has a class and some videos on it. James Corbett, the Corbett Report, look it up on YouTube. Or he lives in Japan. You'll know, but he's from here, or Canada or something. I don't know. Anyway, but when the printing press came, the elite or the monarchs, usually they started to see the strength in what that printed word would do. It would change because it was printed, and not very many people read, by the way. Now 98% of the population of the world can read. Back 500, 600, 700, 8, whatever years ago, maybe 1% of the people read. I mean, it was very rare. But if somebody walked up with a piece of paper and they said, let me get a piece here. And they started reading the piece of paper, and on that piece of paper, they explained how the words went, and then people started to they thought that was like biblical, like real, like that was it. If it's on paper, then it must be true. Okay? If it's on radio, it must be true. That's where our next step went. If it's on television, then it has to be true. Right? And what was interesting for some time is it was very hard to doctor, edit, or CGI in a sense, but they didn't even know what that was. And from like when TV first started in the 40s, 50s, and then all of a sudden it became really popular 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and everything you saw on TV was pretty true. I mean, like fucking true. I always say between the 5 senses that we have more than 5 senses internally. People don't know that. Talk to Snork about that. He'll tell you. Hearing, seeing, touch, taste, smell. But I always say if you have to give it at least until proven guilty, it's just due of being something that is possibly true. If you can hear it, taste it, touch it, one of your senses. 2 of your senses, just looking with you. 3 of your senses, then it's looking pretty real. But if you can use every single sense to make that determination that that's real, this is a real apple, I'm touching with my hand, I'm tasting it, that is an apple. And that is truth. Now, these days, I may be CGI'd. Then you know. Okay, I'll stop. But like I said back in the day, what you saw is what was really happening. So it takes a little bit more to prove things are absolutely as they appear or as they seem or as people claim them to be. So in regards to Trump, and this is where I'm going, they don't want to see everything. I'm talking about the Demoncrats. I'm talking about the Fannie Willises and the Connells, this new chick who got this $83 million that she's never going to see. Because he's going to appeal it. They were not able to argue or present any information. It was totally one-sided and very, very unethically, unmorally, and terribly done. Walter Cronkite, yeah, absolutely. And that's because he was in that era where he couldn't really lie. He didn't. The way things went, it was faxed. Everything was print. They had people that would deliver throughout New York these files in these tubes or these paper. There was a network of information that would come straight from the source, signed ink. You could probably rub it, and the ink would still come up because it was so absolutely tangibly real. So it wasn't They couldn't really do it. I'm not saying he would have. I'm just saying that, and there were a lot of people like that back in the day, right? But now you have a lot of corruption, and corruption is people taking bribes, people being coerced, right? Being forced. You know, if you don't do this, you're not going to be a governor next year. If you don't do this, I mean, you just saw this what happened with Carrie Lake. The guy tried to bribe her. He tried to bribe her. It's a fucking tape. And then the guy resigned, and now he's playing victim. DeWitt, I think his name is Jeff DeWitt or something. Yeah, Carrie Lake. It was fucking bribed. No, don't run. We've got very powerful people. I played it on here. So if you're right, why would you resign, bro? It's just fucking... You know, there are people that say they're going to leave the country if Trump is elected, and I think people are going to fucking be flight risks. That's what's going to happen. As soon as if everybody keeps their cool, I'm going to get to this. If everybody keeps their cool, protects Trump, gets him in, watch how many people fucking leave or disappear. They sell all the property and they're gone. Just watch. It's gonna fuck. Then you're gonna go, oh, Monotaki, you were right, bro. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. That's what I want to see. Because I want the truth to come out. I want, okay. Truth. Right? Facts. Absolute, unequivocal, complete, and total truth. It's hard to find that these days. It's really sad. But when you find it, do you want to look at it? Because there are people out there that don't want to fucking look at it. I got family. I got friends. I have, well, family, friends. I don't know. They're strange now. And I got people in social media that I've known and whoever, even work associates in the past. I say, hey, why don't you just look at this? You know, just give it a second, watch it. There's an article on it too. Just read it, and you know, here's some documentation, and some actual PDFs, pictures taken, you know, video of it, you know, like complete, total, utter facts. Like you can't. You know, signed off by people and confirmed that it was, you know, just stuff that there's no way you could say it's not a fact unless you were living in fucking Disneyland or something like that. Don't want to see this stuff. There's people that don't want to fucking see. They just don't want to see it. They don't. Look, denial is one thing, but willing to not, completely not see, feel, taste, touch, hear, right? Use your senses. From somebody that has been around your life for most of your life, it's just very odd to me. It's what it is. It shows in kind of backpedal. I'm not backpedaling, but kind of think about what I just said. It shows you how powerful the advertising, the marketing, the impressions, the branding, the public relations. This marketing encompasses all this. How powerful that is to get people to no, there's no way. No, I see it. It's not a piece. I see it, but no, I don't. No, I'm not going to read that. No, I don't want to see it. Even though I see you're eating an apple. You're not fucking eating an apple. This is happening right now. Everywhere. In regards to the border. Even though... Hey, Jordan. How you doing, buddy? Even though you see I'm eating an apple. You hear me eating an apple? You can see my eyes and my mouth is fucking watering. You don't want to believe I'm eating an apple because you think it's bad. You think it's dangerous. There's something dangerous about this apple. He's eating an apple that came from Trump's tower roof. Is that where you got that apple? From the top of Donald Trump's Trump Tower roof? This is happening. It is so, it's unbelievably so nonsensical, idiotic, lame, just fucking amazing. No, this is Trump apple made by Trump Orchard, and I'm eating it. You want to buy it? Because it's fucking delicious. No way, man. I'm going to starve to death. Then eat that fucking thing. And I'll just be eating it. We'll set it down right in front of you. Here. I'll set it down right in front of you. They won't take the apple, Jordan. Even though it's good for them, they won't take the apple. That's my point. Me too, dude. What the fuck is going on with this chick? Do you know if she got vaccinated or not? Can you find out and let me know? Because I think that's probably the reason. I haven't seen her at all lately. But this is the point I'm making. You don't even want to look at the apple. If I bring it up, you'll look away. Right here. Nope. 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 That's amazing. You have to look at yourself and say, what psychological hypnotic power has turned me into this robot of denial? What the fuck made this happen? Right? Because I know I was there. I was a supporter of Barack Obama. I was. A lot of us were. We all fucking fell for the hope and change, and then as time went on, nothing fucking happened. Nothing. They didn't raise the minimum wage. They didn't codify Roe versus Wade. They didn't give you free college. And the list goes fucking on and on. They just kept the wars going. And now, Ukraine came, and they're still giving money to Ukraine. They're protecting their border, but forgetting about our border. Right? Israel's border is more important than our border. And we got Republicans out there fucking still pushing that. And I keep saying, and I've said this, and you guys know this, and fucking Snore can admit to it, or knows this. We've had this conversation about Israel like every few years. They always pull Israel and Iran out of their asses. They find something to blame it on. By the way, Hamas and Palestine are not the fucking same thing. Gotta look. I'm voting for Trump, but I'm telling you what's going on. It's just fucking amazing. But here's the biggest problem. Now I want you to think about that. If you've been listening now, I want you to think about where your mind is, and maybe before you keep taking those boosters and go away, right? Maybe you might want to know what's really going on. Because that's been my job here. That I do. I don't get paid. The only people that are funding me are people that come on every once in a while. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Right? But I'm not getting paid by Big Pharma or Lockheed Martin or Enron or fucking Boeing. I'm not getting money from fucking Pfizer or Moderna. I'm not getting shoveled money from the Bill and Melinda Gates foundations and the Obama and the Clinton foundations and all these foundations, or APAC or CPAC or this pack or that pack. I'm just doing this because I care about my kids. And I want my life to be a little better too, of course. I mean, I can't, let's be honest here, but I also want my kids to have the fucking freedom that I had when I was younger. I want their grandkids to have the freedom that I had. I want them to be able to either reach for the stars or fucking dig into the ground, whatever they want to do. But as long as they're having a good time and having fun at it. There's so many. If you were raised in the 60s, 70s, 80s, part of the 90s, you'll understand how much opportunity was there. It was everywhere. Everywhere. It was, I was too busy surfing and, when I was a jock when I was younger, I just didn't get into it. But I had a pretty good time. I'm still having a pretty decent time. But the thing that really concerns me right now, and please remember what I'm saying because this is important, okay? This is important. The important part is that you got to stop doing this, right? Just open up, just for a little bit, just for a little bit, and say, okay, you got an hour, go. My family will not. There's people in my family that will give me the time of fucking day. And they know I've been researching and investigating. My mom's a licensed private investigator. That's where I get this from. She's amazing. She's awesome. For some reason, she takes advice from my sister, which drives me fucking crazy. Right? But she's a little bit different as far as, my sister being the Rachel Maddow, Stern fan, Rachel Maddow. And then my mom, who's like, yeah, but she will kind of listen a little bit. And she's at least open to a few things, which is wonderful about my mom. She's amazing. Just greatest mom ever. Raised 4 kids by herself, pretty much. It's just my dad was an entertainer. At a certain point, she's like, when I was like 14 years old, I think it was like, if you leave the island of Kauai, Mokulani, that's my dad's name. If you leave the island of Kauai, we're done. You're leaving the most beautiful place on the planet. Kids are doing good in school, because I was kicking ass in there. And Scott's playing, Sure enough, he fucking moves it. My dad was a nomad. He never stayed in the same place for more than, I don't think he lived in the same place for more than a year. Honestly, his entire life. Because that's the life of you'll get a gig, you'll work there for 4, 6, 8 months, year, maybe year and a half, max, maybe. And then you get a better gig, and then you move around. So he traveled all over the place. She just couldn't keep following him around. Wonderful guy, super strong, great. He was a wonderful athlete. Jesus Christ. He still has records at his high school. He's pretty badass. Pretty badass. All the kids, there's a gene in us about football and athleticism. It's pretty cool. We're very fortunate. We're very blessed. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you to the gods as well. Everything. The universes, whatever. Okay? But here's the thing. Just open up. Just for a moment. Just and depending on who you're talking to, they could just hit you with a bunch of crap real fast, but just take it. Just like, okay, I see. No. Yeah, maybe. And that's, that's it. That's all you got to do. They don't have the power of marketing that you've been. See, that's the thing that people don't get. I don't have a $1 billion firm behind me pushing my global pedo predator class agenda to everybody. I don't have that. I don't have fucking all the advertising space on every freaking channel. I don't have that. Okay? But they do. They have that. They have the most powerful forces of a psyop that you could ever have. MK Ultra right in your face all the fucking time. This thing right here, that's called the fucking monitor. Used to be called a television. You gotta watch Deep Space Nine. It's fucking awesome with Janeway. I just watched 8472. I watched it a long time, like this Alien, but you gotta watch the box that the show is in. Is not the elongated box that you would have for like your big monitors back here. So the whole screen is just kind of squarish. It's a little bit rectangular, but still great. And I just want to say, 7 of 9 is still smoking hot. Hopefully they'll get her to fucking. That lady deserves to be a captain of a ship. And I hope they're working on it. But if they keep going the woke way, nobody's going to be watching. I mean, millions of conservatives loved watching Star Trek. Millions of conservatives love watching Star Wars. Millions of conservatives love watching Disney movie here and this and that and that. And Harrison Ford and the Lost Ark and all this other stuff. But then they went fucking, BlackRock, Larry Fink, Corporate Equality Index. They started bringing just the weirdest things in. Just like it's like nobody needs to know that. Nobody needs that. It's not even irrelevant to the story, to the plot, to what they're trying to the storyline. Yeah, but major overall point. It's just even and it's like I'm begging them, and I like I put in a Facebook meme or something, just a sentence, and it said, I wonder if I have it because it's pretty heavy. It's pretty fucking heavy, man. And they'll take this as a offensive slap. That's how they'll take this. And it's not. It's the truth. It's what I'm sensing. It's what I'm feeling. It's what I'm going through. Is I clearly stated. Let me put it in here. Is that it? No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Once I grab it here, give me a second. Oh, this is funny. Yeah, by the way, let me get over there so you can see where I'm going. Here we go. Yeah, my high school had smoking areas for the kids. Yeah, we did. There was a place at Marina High School in Huntington Beach. It's called The Bridge. It was my freshman year. And everybody would be there, and they'd be smoking pot, they'd be smoking cigarettes. And then they go to Winchell's and smoke on the side of Winchell's, donuts. Wish announced that she is the captain in the new movie. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but we had this. I know Snork used to see these. Yeah. But I'm trying to get to what I said. I put so much crap on I got 2 Facebooks. I got a Facebook for stuff that I kind of keep, for the kind of family-ish. And then I have the full on, hey, this is Montauk, like a dual identity. Right. I put it in here somewhere. That, most people will know what that is. Some people don't know what this is. I've worked on a 327, a 454. I've worked on a 289. I've worked on a couple of diesels. What was the 5 64 something. I forget the Lincoln had a giant freaking engine in it. It's like a 590, 540, 590, 549 or something like. It's huge. I mean, the fucking engine weighs more than my truck does right now. Let me see here. I don't think I have it. I'll probably get to it right when I start to say it, but it's really simple. I said my family's dying, and there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I tried my fucking hardest to stop these people. You know, maybe my approach is kind of harsh, whatever. I was just telling them, it's completely indemnified. You know, why don't I give you this toaster? We know that it blows up when you plug it in, and it could cause serious damage to your house and everybody in it. But it's indemnified, so you can't sue them. But you go ahead and use that toaster anyway. That was my biggest point. Yeah. Wow. And I tried, man. I'm this. I tried my hardest to tell these people, to everybody, just hold off, just wait, just at least just stop. And I was telling them, don't support it. And then they fucking took that Paxlovid stuff. More recently, it's like fuck. It's like, come on. It's like, didn't they know what happened with the $2.3 billion lawsuit that happened to Pfizer back in the day? Did you know there's still an opioid crisis, and that ADHD was one of the biggest scans on children ever created, or something of that nature, right? That they said. All this stuff has been proven. It's pretty sad. I'm just like, the list goes on and on what these people have been doing to us for decades, and how it all started back in 2012 when the Rockefellers, along with some other global elitists, decided to get rid of natural remedies. And they decided to make processed pharmaceutical and everything else was bad. Yeah, they people were thrown in jail because they were using different means of healing themselves. Now, there were some pretty crazy people out there that, there was like something that was deathly ill, that there's no other way but you gotta have surgery. I'm sorry, it's something external that came out of nowhere, that you've got a nail in your head or something. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some surgery. Okay, yeah, people out there say, no, you can't touch my, it's a religious stuff. No, there's because there's a lot of interesting. Look at that price of bread. That's probably California. Look at that rusting on the bottom. That might be New York. $10.59. It went down from $12.69 to $10.59. Isn't that crazy? Love's Jumbo White. There you go, Bidenomics. Yeah, that's what it said. I don't have it. I think it's on my other one. Yeah, though there it is. Nope, that's not it. Oh man, was that long ago? Shit, where is it? This may be hard for woke. I think it was before this one. Man, that guy took a hit to his head and his. See, look at this, Snork. I gotta send you this picture, dude. His helmet broke. That's how hard he got hit. That should not happen. It was a good call that my ex-wife and I took my son out of getting 2 concussions within a year out of football. It's just, no, I don't want your head to be scrambled eggs. It's going to benefit you and help you, but he drinks now, so it doesn't matter. He's not like an alky or anything, but it's just kind of weird. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I basically said, and I said to them, I said, I didn't say to them, I said, it's just, they're constantly sick. Constantly sick. They're sick so much, it's crazy. Just constantly. I've never seen so many people be so sick so much in all my fucking life. And it's just constant. It's just crazy. And here I am just eating apples and fruit. I use olive oil and avocado oil. I use lard now and tallow. The stuff we used to use for thousands and thousands of years that our body is used to processing. I don't use vegetable oil anymore. I haven't touched vegetable oil in a long time. If I do, it's because they make it at a fast food place. All of out teachers are constantly sick. Yeah. I have, oh, Jesus, Snark. Is going to be Super Bowl MVP. Snark is going to be Super Bowl MVP. Let's go, Snark. Okay. I want to be together of the football team so I can get them to the Super Bowl. Yeah. It's going to be the 49ers and the Chiefs, just letting you guys know. Yeah. I knew the Chiefs were going to make it. It's not because Kelce got a $20 million deal to push the Kool-Aid, in your arm stuff. The 2 times commercial. It's not because of that. But anyway. Yeah, I tried to tell him. They'll sit down and they'll watch CNN. Rachel Maddow. Sean Hannity. And just mainstream media. There's just other people that have information. There's other people. Let me give you an example. When I first started this channel back in 2017, well, I first started in like 2014, 2013 or something like that, but I didn't really use it for Monotalk. I created Monotalk, and at the very end of 2016, early 2017, Monotalk. And I had a conversation in regards to these people that were going after this guy about climate change. Because he said, and he was an astronaut, NASA. I still have the email. I should bring it up sometime. And I had a conversation with him, which is cool. I couldn't believe he was actually, look, I just had a question for you. I got your email because, you're with this, he was with a college or something like that. So they have their, if you don't mind, I just wanted to ask you, what was the mix-up in regards to what you were trying to say and what they were claiming? Is he was saying that there was no effect that he could see with the information that they were getting from being in space. It was really weird. And I was kind of like at that point, because I was a climate change guy at that point, I was going, so you believed it or no? He goes, I just put, all he says, he goes, I put the information out there. And the one side took it one way and the other side took it the other way. And then they wanted me to take a side. That's what he said. And I go, why didn't you say that it was climate change? He goes, I can't take that side. And I can't take the other side because we don't have, his basic thing he said was over the course of hundreds of thousands of millions of whatever. We don't have the data to prove a lot of things. That's what he said. I gotta find this email. And I understood at that point. It was at that point that I said, there's a different perception out there. And it can change. There's, you're always told, hey, there's this side of the story and that side of the story and the truth. Now, I hate to burst your bubble on this one, but what it is, and what I've realized, and what's very apparent in the world we have, and it's always been this way, is there's one side of the story, there's another side of the story, and then there's your perception of the truth. Unless you were there. Unless you were right there and you saw it all the information, all the evidence, and you were there for 1,000 years, or you're there for a few minutes, or whatever you saw, whatever you heard, whatever you tasted, whatever apple that you had. That's it. I hope somebody takes that to the bank, because that's the way it works. And science is that way. Science is, you take information here, you take information there, you put it together, you have a perception or a theory on how it works, then you have to prove it. And then if your calculations, everything comes correct, then you throw it out there. Do a peer review, and some people push it, and some people are with you, and some people are paid to be with you, and some people are corrupt and get together and say that's really real, but it's not really real. Watch my interview on Odyssey with Andrew Kaufman. It's like one of the first 10 I did and put on there when they started taking my first and second and third channel down. Right. But the thing is there are probably millions of people over time that have been put in jail, hundreds of thousands, of course, in the United States, because of a jury got it wrong. Because the defense didn't do a good job in defending. Or they did a shitty job and still, he or she was still throwing it. There's a lot of instances of history not being what it was portrayed to be. Right? We know about Egypt. We know about the Sphinx now. We know that these pyramids were not tombs. This is so obvious and apparent. But still, for some people, like, what are you talking about? Those were all coffins. No, they weren't. And I can send you a bazillion pieces of video and documents and information to totally say otherwise. And Storscan, I had to carry my wife up 3 floors when she was paralyzed with brain tumor and lost my original belly button. Are you kidding? Can't type or... Oh, wow. Usually not expected until there are other scientists who repeat the study. However, many unscrupulous people go right to the media. Yeah. That's another thing. They'll take it out there and they'll go straight to the media and say, oh, I made this big thing. And everybody believes it. And then they put some money behind it, and then they market it, and it's gone. There you go. Right? Yeah, a lot of things can be misconstrued. A lot of things can be, just purposely manipulated just to make you see and think a certain way. And that's, the mainstream media does that all the time. That's what's kind of happened to my family, man. It's like they just don't want to listen to some guy who just does this because he gives a fuck. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? It's like, why do you fucking go on there every night or every few nights or, why? Why are you doing that? I said, and I'm going to say it again, I care about my kids. I care about their kids. I care about my neighbors. I care about my community. I care about the schools. I care about everybody. I just want people to get along, right? It's not going to be perfect. You're going to have your arguments. People are going to get pissed off. Somebody's going to fucking, not look and make a right turn and hit somebody from behind. It happens. I did it when I was young, accidentally, right? I can't remember that. I think I'd had my license for not even a year. Man, it was bad. But it was like it was like a little bump. It was no major damage because I was just kind of easing forward. Anyway. It's still an apple. It's still an apple. And I understand the processes of science, but what I really love is engineering. I love engineering because engineering is so just, it's three-dimensional, different perspectives, all there. You can't really fuck that up, right? You can't really fuck that up. So if you look at things the way they are from an engineering perspective, right? To know that it's an actual working object or that it actually really exists, like this apple, right? And how it works and the molecular structure and the the how it's formed, the particles of energy inside of it, and how your taste buds react and and you go through that. It's kind of science, but it's more of engineering, honestly. Because when you dig down deep into everything, it's all kind of a machine, a giant machine. And I just got to say that. So if you really want to find the truth, you just have to know how the machine is built. And this happens all the time. Engineering is just so amazing because I see the scientist thing and how they do the studies, yeah. But it really puts it on solid ground. What's really happening, right? Now, I'm not going to get into quantum physics and supercomputer shit and AI and all that crap because I'm really concerned about that stuff. In the hands of the wrong people, which it is now in the hands of the World Economic Forum, could be used in very, very evil, bad, nefarious, wrong, criminal ways, which is happening now. So, I think what I'm getting to, and what was this show about? That's so funny because sometimes I'll do the show and I'm like, what am I talking about? I'm talking about, let me go to my channel. Something that blue state Democrats have been, yeah, here we go. This is kind of, I'm going to bottle it up here. As you can see right now, right? By the way, kudos to the Niners and kudos to the Chiefs for pulling that off. Whether it was rigged or not, don't leave it in the hands of the judges. That's what I'm saying. I clearly put in here recently, and here it is. This is a good one. Let me get to that. So anyway, if you're out there and you're listening, if you're part of the family or if you know me or anything like that, I think we need to look at all the evidence first. We need to really find out exactly what's really happened, the motivations for so. And then you can start to understand what really freaking happened. Because it's important. Right? And how that affects you moving forward. because cause and effect. This is the way it works. All right, right here. So this is I added on to Eric Schmidt, who is my senator. He's a bulldog, by the way. He's a bull. He's a beast, a good one. Opening the border was literally a day one priority for Joe Biden. Yeah, obviously. He's not interested in securing the border, only shifting blame. Absolutely, that's his goal, right? The border wall was immediately defunded, emergency declaration withdrawn. Let me just go through the list here. Oh, come on now. Of course. Oh, there it is. Remain in Mexico policy terminated. Termination of all safe third agreements, exempting families and minors from T42, and then ending T42 entirely. Also ended immigration prosecutions. Also end third country transit ban, ending HARP and PACR. Also ended interior Mexican reparations flights. The tail of the tape is even longer than this. Biden and his Demoncrats, are desperate. No language changes on some real. Wait, what? No language changes on some real will ever change their open border DNA. He has all the tools he needs to close the border today, but he's not going to use it. He's not going to do it. And then I clearly stated, let me go back to that. I don't even know if it's there anymore. We're going to find out. I responded to that, and then I put it out there myself. Because here's the reality. This is the reality of really what's happening. It's right here. This is Monotalk. This is me on Twitter and my 1,000-something follower friends or whatever. Here it is. Every penny or resource asked for. Did I say asked? We'll try that again. Every penny or resource asked for or given to the Demoncrats is immediately used to destroy the last stronghold, USA in parentheses, against the global pedo-predator class, aka World Economic Forum, ETAL, which means ETAL means others and alike, their associates and all these other sick fucks. Make no mistake, this is the goal. Yeah. So when you hear we need more money to secure the border, they're doing the opposite. They want more people to bring in more illegal aliens. Faster, quicker, more. These are called replacement people. You don't understand that now, but you will soon. A lot of young people that are going to go looking for jobs are not going to be able to get it for that very simple reason. Oh, Cosmic Cowboy gave me a thumbs up, and he or she did, or he did, resent my tweet. Hey. Yeah, so it's very, very simple. I gotta leave that because that's really important. I think that's important for people to see. This is what's really happening. Do you think Biden is doing any of this? Do you think Obama is really the string puller? Who's telling Obama what to do? It could be Michelle. It could be Michelle because Michelle, just let you know, I'm going to show you this. Her shoulders are bigger than his. She's wearing heels, I get it. But I think she's a little taller than he is anyway. But watch this move.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States and Mrs. Michelle Obama.
Look, he adjusted himself. Watch this. Watch this. Watch. Watch. He's gonna adjust himself. Oh, he's adjusting himself. Watch. There's a little adjustment. Girls don't do that. Girls do not touch that area. There's no need to touch that area. I'm telling you right now. Well, let me do a little shift. That is fucking a man dancing. I'm going to tell you right fucking now. Girls don't do that. Guys put their hands together. I am telling you. Guys do this. They always do this. Go out and dance with a guy. They'll do this. Girls are kind of like this. Right? Girls don't have their... Men automatically put their hands together like they're fighting when they're dancing. It's just automatic. Go watch them. That, I am fucking telling you. He does a shift, and then he comes out, then he's doing the man fuck. That's how I fucking dance. That's how men dance. They put their hands up like this. Right? It's just fucking odd. And the reason why they have the netting over the shoulders is to make his shoulders look smaller. I'm fucking telling you. There's just so much information out there. And then now you're not going to listen to me, right? She did not talk to us. Okay. Yeah, but that's a man move. Want to see the man move again? Here comes the man move. Here comes the man move. He's right there going, you dancing like a man again. Don't fucking be dancing like a man again. And here comes the crotch.
Ladies and gentlemen,
shift
the President of the United
adjustment.
States and Mrs. Michelle Obama.
Here comes the adjustment right there. There's the adjustment. Oh, there it is. There's no reason for a woman to ever do that. Ever. I'm telling you. You may not. I'm fucking. Just wait. You just wait and see. And she got big old fucking shoulders, man. Look, I dated a beautiful black woman. She was 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". We were going out for like 9 years. And she used to play basketball. She was pretty decent size, you know. But she didn't have fucking shoulders like that, man. She didn't have those fucking shoulders. She didn't walk like that. She didn't walk like she fucking... Like, I'm just telling you. I am just fucking telling you. It's just... Man. She said... Yeah, I'm not saying... I'm just... It's just... I don't know. There's just something going on. And then when you know his background, when he got fellatioed from some guy back in the day, which you know he's a fruit ball. He's just, you know, it would have been nice if he just said that that he still is. But they're all about, these people are just a bunch of fucking fake liars, man. They just, you know, own up to it. Own up to what you are and what you're doing. But now it'd be kind of too late, bro. Now it's a little too late. Maybe you should have ran on that when you fucking start. Yeah, but these are people that are going to disappear if Trump can make it to the November 8th. If Trump can make it to November 8th, then all the fucking... And there's no gigantic death fucking flu coming or whatever, virus or whatever is going to probably show up. Who knows? Or some war crazy, half the country fucking disappears, or fucking some people start shooting off at each other at the border, you know, like pew pew guns and stuff. I mean, they're setting this up so that absolute chaos is going to happen. And I can't. Why do I still have this up? Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's the fucking I do that move. I'm telling you. Joan Rivers. Look it up. She said he's a tranny. She wasn't doing stand-up. She was just telling you what the fuck was going on. We all know. God, man, these people. I wonder if that's it. Joanne Rivers. Oh, here it is right here.
Listen.
Let me see. Gotta watch a stupid commercial first. Watch the stupid commercial. Skip. Oh, we can skip. Okay.
His last interview with Joan. We were with her as she took New York in a 12-hour pull no punches press tour for her book, Diary of a Mad Diva.
Everyone on my staff is buying my new book.
Everyone.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Emotional, revealing the when she went off to
First call, where have you been? That's the one to say hello. So terrible.
2:30, another stop, and another mad celeb story.
How do the Kardashians feel?
Said about it. We see them at,
Okay.
otherwise I'm gonna,
Mobile, she gets a standing O fans.
I pronounce, oh, you're my second.
Oh, they won't
One
put
of a
that
kind.
in.
Thanks for the memories, Joan.
That chick was bomb. Oh, was it here? Here. Let me see if I can find it. Hopefully he'll play it. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. He didn't even fucking put it. He just... Oh. Yeah, they're just talking about it. Yeah, they won't, you can't have that in here. I think I put it up once on my show. But it was when she was going in some dinner or some gala or something, and she just said it. We all know. It's a fucking dude. He's a tranny. And she fucking said it. I wonder if it's right here. Yeah.
Alex Jones was recently
Hold on, right here, right here, right here.
No, Michelle.
I'll take a look at it.
Do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
We
president?
already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
Got it.
Do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
We already
president?
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh. Do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
We already
president?
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay.
And people pass it up like it was a joke. But she was serious. Do you think that was stand up? I want to say. I mean, do you think that was stand up? Did you guys see that? God damn it. Let me see if you see it. Hang on.
The country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
We already
president.
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. No, so my reaction to that, instead of laughing like it's a joke, is I don't think she was being I don't think this was a moment that she used to be funny, to publicize herself, to gain attraction. She was already a giant celebrity at the time. She seemed very sincere. And it's okay, which that's what a Hollywood person would say. You can be whatever you want. I do whatever you want. Just keep it the fuck away from my kids, or children. You do whatever you want, do your fucking crazy shit. Put a bone in your nose or tattoo your fucking eyelids or whatever. Do whatever you want. Just keep it away from my kids and my grandkids. Right? I don't have a fucking problem with that. But she's gone. This didn't get away because people were starting to ask questions, right? So this happened 9 years ago, okay? All right, she stormed out of. Let's watch this. Wait, I want to see this.
With an interest-free refund.
With an interest-free refund and H&R Block. Do-do-do-do-do. Let's see here.
I guess forays, it's been, very, very good to you. And you've got best-selling books. You sell out on stage. Even with your fashion critiquing, while it's very mean in some ways, people can't wait to hear what you have to say. Really? It's not mean?
It's not mean. I tell the truth. I'm sure I say the same things that all your viewers say to their friends sitting next to them on the couch. We're one of the few shows that says, that's an ugly dress. And that's okay. These ladies make $28 million a picture. You really think that Nicki Minaj cares? I didn't like her dress. When you're in that kind of a bracket, you don't really care.
Yeah, you're not really worried about feelings being hurt.
Well, not when it's about dresses. It's not about them. It's about clothing.
Okay. Well, what about when it is about something, that really does seem off limits to a lot of people? I mean, even in your book, you kind of joke about the death of Casey Anthony's baby, Princess Diana surviving so many landmines and who she dated. I mean, do you feel like there are boundaries ever, even if it makes people uncomfortable or offend people or what?
Life is very tough, and if you can make a joke to make something easier and funny, do it. Done. Do it. That's all. Darlene, I don't know what your life has been like, but I have a lot of people who have gone through hell. And if you can make, Winston Churchill said, if you make someone laugh, you give them a little vacation. And maybe you take the worst thing in the world and make it funny. It's a vacation for a minute from horror.
Yeah, and people love to laugh. I mean, clearly that's why people love you. But they also know that you have some shock value to you. I mean, on the cover of your book, you're wearing a fur, and you knew that there would probably be animal rights activists.
This whole interview is becoming a defensive interview.
No!
Are you wearing leather shoes?
Yes!
Shut up.
I'm talking.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes.
I'm not an activist,
You're eating chicken.
Yeah.
You're eating meat. I don't want to hear this nonsense.
This is
Come
fucking
to me
awesome.
with a paper belt, and I'll talk to you.
But you did hear it in some of those press conferences. There were people who were upset, and you're just saying,
no, I'm going. I really am going because all you have done is negative.
No.
All you have done is negative.
No.
I haven't heard negative.
Just what it is. It's a setup. It's and this happens constantly. CNN, they're very good at it. Most mainstream media is good at this. They're trying to portray her as an evil villain because she has a different, because she's different, right? Because she's fucking honest, right? She wants to wear fur, wear fucking fur, right? If she wants to fucking talk shit about somebody's dress, talk shit about somebody's dress or their slacks or their shoes. But they went after this chick. This was done just after she said that about Big Mike. So now I'm not going to say what happened. But this is what happened. As soon as she said all that, as soon as she was walking up those stairs and revealed to the world what seemed very sincere, they fucking went after her they tried to annihilate her. This was everywhere. I remember seeing this. I remember watching this many, many times over. And then she said, no, I'm not going to fucking shut up. Bring it. Fucking bring it. Chappelle, fucking bring it. Right? Kurt Metzger, Jimmy Dore, bring it. There's a lot of meek, malleable, and obedient idiots, not idiots, humans out there, humans, that portray that they're comedians and that they actually have a spine, but they don't. She portrays that she has a spine. She portrays that she's going to say her stuff, do her thing. It's called freedom of fucking speech. For the billionth, gazillionth, trizillionth time. Freedom of speech. You can say what you want. But you know what? She didn't have to listen. She could go. She's not bound to sit in that chair and be painted as a whatever they're fucking, that's what they're trying to do. But they were going after her. They wanted to make her seem, they tried to make her look like frivolous and nonsensical. And they do that to a lot of people. And then they went after her. Like, really went after her. And I'm going to tell you the rest of it. But there will be a movie about it. I'm going to say this. If Trump gets into office, there'll be a lot of documentaries. What I'm hoping for. I'm hoping there'll be a lot of not kind of true, not somewhat true, but actual fucking real. Here's the proof. We looked it up. They hid this information for fucking years. Here's what happened. They're in jail now because they decided to hide the information. Just like the fucking Department of Justice is doing now. Just like the Ignite. Just like the Bureau, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, quote unquote. Right? Homeland Security, quote unquote. Security Investigation. Bureau, Security Investigation. Just baloney. Justice. There's none of that's happening now. None of that's happening because all that information is being pushed away. It's been stuck in, oh, no. J6 committee information? No, we got rid of it. Sorry. No, can't see that. Anthony Weiner's laptop? No, sorry. No, can't see that. Joe Biden's laptop? No, sorry. No, go back. No, can't see that either. All the J6 information? Nope, can't see that either. We got rid of it. We dumped it. No. I can't hear you. I can't see. I can't hear you. I can't see you. I have no representation. I'm not going to let you rebuttal. I'm not going to let you. It's just fuck. It's the opposite. I would like to see those people that watch that J6 committee hearing, because it was making me puke just knowing that existed. It was literally making me puke. And at the time, I was pretty much a Green Party guy. But I'm looking at these people going, why in the fuck? Why in the fuck would you pay attention to something where the other side has absolutely no ability, option, anything to bring their case in, to bring their information, to subpoena all the evidence, all the videos, bring it all and not have a chance to represent themselves. It's kind of like what Obama started in the National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA, right? Which kind of went right with the Patriot Act. You know, they can just label you as you're just a terrorist, and guess what? Even though you were in the military, even though you helped raise kids, you coached basketball, you coached Little League, you did all this stuff, all of a sudden you're just saying things that they don't like or exposing, and they go after you. Because I'm telling you, that's why these people don't want this guy in office. They don't want him in office because they're concerned that they're going to expose who they are. And what's really alarming to me is maybe my family members are. That crossed my mind. That if they're with the people that won't go see The Sound of Freedom, because I went out, I saw it, I paid at the theater because I want to fucking stop this shit. Right? When my daughter was growing up, and she was a little kid, I always had my eye on her. I could always see. Even though she was in the field pedaling around her little 3-wheel plastic little ATV, right? I can still see her, and I make sure I knew she was safe and protected, and I was going to make sure that was going to always be the case. And when I wasn't there, her mom was right there all the time, right? Not anymore. Not with these people, okay? Not with these people, man. I'm telling you, the Demoncrats are bad. They are not here for you. They are not here for you. Right? And I brought up this a bunch of times. Right? We have absolutely no idea why people who took 5 experimental Kool-Aids in the past 24 months are actually not here anymore. Isn't that interesting? Right? Isn't that interesting? And this came to realization recently, and I want you to look at this. And this is where people will turn it off. No, don't watch this. No, don't watch that. You can't watch it. It's getting too much now. Because they can't handle it. It's too much. It's too much, damn it. Too much information. It's too much. Did I put this up? I put it up somewhere. Right here. Right? Right here. Open your eyes. Right there. What is that? It's not they can't handle the truth, right? It's just they don't want to. That's an interesting thing that people say because you can't handle the truth. It's movie, What it really is they don't, they like where they're where they're at in their little mind, and they're fine. And even if they're walking off of the cliff themselves and being led by their whoever, they're going to keep going. They don't want to know what's going on, and this is what's going on. 651,512 excess, right? Yeah. And it's not getting better. That was in 2022, 2023. And this guy, Dr. Campbell, went through all this, a lot of major nations' statistics that were all up there in these numbers. I mean, just up the alarming amount. And that's not on mainstream media. You're not going to see that during the Super Bowl. You're going to see, go get your Plex logo, go get your thing, go get it. I'm telling you. This is a real statistic. He's on YouTube. You can look him up. He's one of the most well-renowned doctors in the UK. And people have said he's an idiot now. But when you watch him, everything he says and talks about is very fair. It makes sense. He gives information that's public and is available. Yeah, so this is what's happened to my family. This is what's happening to a lot of families. And the replacement people are coming in now. That's what's happening now. The replacement people are coming in now from the southern border. I remember I said that one too. Okay, but hopefully that won't escalate. Yeah. People are talking about the Convention of States, which the Convention of States is a constitutionalist, the fifth, and the what happens is 34 states have to be in conjunction with the 26 that are already against letting these people come in here, just at a insurmountable, crazy fucking rate. It's nuts. It's nuts. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be on tomorrow. Gonna be kind of busy this week, but things are moving, things are grooving. Thank you for watching. We are the precipice. We are at the precipice. Yes, correct. That's correct. Yep, correct. Take care, guys. I'm just gonna leave with this. Grow a fucking spine. Get some clarity and some courage. Right? And fucking listen. Open your mind. Okay? If you don't like it, fine. But if you like it, if it starts to make sense, and you might get a little triggered, then that means, because this right here is real. You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna show you this thing. Hang on. I think it was here that I grabbed. The information in regards to the actual numbers that were coming out And I'm just going to just leave it up to read. I'm not even going to talk about it because this is one of the episodes that got me taken down. Okay, but if you want to look at it, you can look at it. All right, I'm going to just leave it up, take a screenshot, read it sometime. All right. In 2020, they said this amount of people were not being around. And then I clearly stated and found out by my research, my investigations, that nothing changed. Nothing changed. How they created this fear got you to where you are now. And you bought it. Like I said, it is like Mark Twain, I think, said, it is harder to prove to somebody that they've been fooled than it is to fool them. Aloha, guys. Thanks for being on. Have a good day. Have a good night. Hope you have a good week. Hopefully it won't get too crazy. The thing I want to tell everybody, though, is I want everybody to be aware of what's going on around you and protect Trump. Make sure that the people that he's with are still with him and they're going to protect this guy because he is, since nobody wants to go out and revolt, he's our last fucking hope. And hopefully there's somebody else, but we'll see. Aloha. Aloha. Mahalo nui aloha. Thank you for being here. I'll just leave this here. Aloha. No, maybe I should leave this one here. Hang on. I think I like this one. That's her. I'm telling you. I am fucking telling you. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to go. It's a fucking dude, man. I'm fucking telling you. It's a fucking dude.